Welcome to the George's FT TV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss all things round 7, our trades, and go from there. So should be good. And this week we did very well. Been a bit up and down this year, but this week was a good one for us. So 2,448 into rank 2K or 2.3K. So our strategy this year has been, I think last year we went value for most of the year with cash gen so poor, and this year we've basically gone skipped Kmart, skipped Walmart, skipped mid-range store. We've gone straight to the Versace store pretty much. I don't even know if Versace's that popular, but I did go in a Versace store when I was in America, and t-shirts were like $500. So I walked in, walked out, didn't even let me try it on. But we bought Brow this week. We bought Merit. We bought Sarong. We just paid up and up and up, and I'm okay with it. We'll see what happens, whether it starts blocking upgrades in a few weeks. But yeah, I'm very happy to have these players, and their fixtures just are getting unbelievable. Like Merit, I speak about Merit's run every week. West Coast, North, Richmond in the next 4. Maybe put some respect on West Coast. They've been better. Again with Gold Coast, 3 games. Is this Darwin? I think it's Darwin, but 3 games Saturday night, likely dewy. Perfect weather for Gold Coast, and then Sarong's got Richmond this week. So yeah, I think you just got to pay if you want them. I think we're very hesitant to pick forwards at the moment. I certainly am. I nearly went McRae. I backed out within, I think, a few hours before. Got a little bit of cold feet because I wasn't 100% sure. So I'm pretty sure on Rouse. So went that route. Ignored Dawson and Walsh, who were the value picks. Both were good. I think Walsh copped a bit of attention and still turned up. Dawson was excellent in an easy matchup and got benched for most of the last quarter. So he really should have had a 150 or a 160, but either of those would have been fine, but we ended up going for Rao, and I'm okay with that. He's like break even of Merit 130. He's probably just going to keep doing that. Rao's not really coming down, and Sarong's going up. So yeah, you can be patient for them, but it's a bit hard. But yeah, our trades last week were, so we made the Jordan Sweet play, got rid of Meek. Now, I had Sweet at R3, but reversed it to get rid of Meek to take this 136. Meek was okay. I thought actually Meek was pretty good today. He got probably a little bit lucky with Grundy, like giving away so many frees. Gave away 50, gave Meek a free goal, basically. So Meek scored the 106. I reckon Grundy gave him 20, 25 points, to be honest, but that can happen in ruck contests. But yeah, we cut him a bit too soon, and we might miss that money later down the track. So I don't know if that was worth it. But I think distributing money like this, maximizing points per dollar with Sweet R2, I think will be fine. Unless there's like injury, then we're screwed. But I think I'm okay doing that. So Sweet's pretty much must have negative 113 break even. Whether you field him or not kind of depends on what you've got. If you've got English, you can't field him. English gone. If you've got a Marshall, played a bit injured, you'll probably be okay, but dropping a lot of cash. So do you even want Marshall like post-buy? I think the post-buy player you want is probably English, I guess. I think the ruck split's improved, whereas it was a bit more shared. We can have a quick look at that. Bulldogs. So the ruck split's improved for English. Yeah, they're just using it more ruck now, whereas they were splitting it quite a lot early in the year. Like ruck contests, maybe we just should check ruck contests. Bulldogs. Yeah, lots to discuss today. It's still, I guess it's improved on these 2 weeks. It's like more, yeah, it's improved. I guess I had Darcy and Lobs. It's actually, has that actually improved? Slightly. I think you want English though. I guess. So yeah, see what, and if you've got Meek, you can probably just hold Meek, see what Sweet scores at R3, and then decide what to do from there. Or yeah, see what Sweet plays early, see what he scores. So yeah, we brought Meek out for Sweet, Rao in for Williams. We traded Williams over Dempsey. Just I thought the forward eligibility was a bit more precious, and I don't think we need Williams to field anymore, but probably a mistake. Lost 30 points. And then our other trade was brought in Sweet, brought in Rao, brought in Hugo Garcia, who was bad. He struggled that night. It was a tough game against Port, low stoppages, and we fielded him like inside mid. Looked really good last week. Wrong play to field. So I had a good week fielding Dempsey and Garcia, so could have been more, but probably had a bit lucky with Sweet, so balances out. But yeah, I can't remember who else we got rid of. We got rid of Williams and then another rookie that was fattened up. But yeah, 152k in the bank, 24 trades left. So to go over the back line, I think we'll spend a bit of time trying to figure out our trades. But yeah, Ben fielded Closey over Graham, I guess. Mistake, but it's all right. But defense was very good. Sheasel was fine. Roll wasn't as good. Yeah, he's coming down a bit. Did get a few CBAs. I think he would just be fine. Like even if he averages say 100 from here, if they change the roll up, I think he's fine. But there's not a good enough reason to cash him in because I think he'll still play plenty down back. Dacos was good. Whitfield was excellent. I do feel like he's just having Whitfield over a Houston or a Luke Ryan does feel like I'm losing 30 points a week, but it was good to get one back. Now he's 3 rounders, 106. I think what's Ryan's? I think we're still losing to Houston and Ryan every week. Ryan's coming down a bit if he doesn't hit that. Yeah, we're still losing points. And then Houston. Yeah, we got some points this week, but yeah, we're still losing annoyingly, but that's all right. Nick Martin played a little too well at half forward in the fourth quarter, so we'll see what happens there. I think McGrath and Redmond a few games, more McGrath, they're playing quite well off half back, so less need for Martin. I think Ridley's still like way away, but that's something we'll just monitor for the time being. And yeah, Roberts was just solid. So when can he go? If he goes 90s, he gets to another 50k. So I think he's probably got like 25, 30k in him. Depends if he has the spike game. SCG, Optus, good. SCG. Not sure if they're good matchups or not. And Closey we're going to bench this week because we're looking at DFS. Apparently wings aren't great against Brisbane, so we'll bench him. Copped a stinger, I think, in the shoulder, but he's all good. Midfield, brought in Rao. Very happy. Abs' boy, the weapon, so that's good. Merritt, Sarong, excellent. Bond is not really a captain at the moment. So I think we'll just... Oh, look at this fixture, Richmond. Maybe against Richmond, yeah, but... Hawthorn, I mean, they're not doing super great at the moment, but Bond's fine. Now, this is a major issue with STEELE. So, you're not really supposed to trade your premiums or plays you consider a premium, but hobbling injured STEELE is back, and he has a knee issue. So, I think last week he looked fine. But this week he had strapping on the knee. There was photos of him speaking to trainers during the week, and he just wasn't spreading for marks at all. Just check. This is a DT website, but St Kilda. Let's look at his stats. 15 touches, oh god, 6 clearances, 9 tackles, no marks, which is the concern. We need him to take marks because that's part of his game. Tog is fine, 83. Yeah, 15 touches is not normal for him, so he wasn't moving great. Now, I think either you trade him or you hope his knee improves at some point. Now, is he going to get back to 100% at some stage? I wish I knew. If I had extra boosts, I would boost him out because I always fear the downside of picks, and you need a good enough excuse to trade a premium. I think early in the year, I probably didn't have a good enough excuse for a Martin or a Young. Their just efficiency was horrific. So that was a mistake. But I think carrying an injury, which you're not sure will improve with a 190 break even, I think that's a reasonable excuse. Now, if he comes good, it's a waste of a trade. If he doesn't come good, he's going to bleed and bleed and bleed. So, it could be a falling knife. If he goes hundreds, you probably get to like low 500s and just sit there. I think we have to hold. He's got other stuff to do. I'd love to hear some training updates, so hopefully we can get that. Green was good. Crouch's role was actually better than last week. What was the TOG? I think this was just a game where Dawson and Laird went nuts and Siligo went well, where Crouch just took a back seat. It can happen. 24 touches. 72 TOG. I think that's what I kind of expected from him anyway. So TOG and CBA's jumped. So he's a hold until the buys. Just hopefully we get something from him. By something, I mean we just want like 95 to 100. That would be nice. I guess he's keeping rookies off and he was cheap. So, he'll lose money, but it's fine. Reed. Oh, yeah, we got Wilson's score, which was nice. Got 1 point looping him and Graham. So we'll take that. Gorn VC, good, sweet, excellent. Played against a hobbling Marshall. So it might have been a bait score and should have held Meek. But, yeah, that'll probably hurt later down the track. Forwards, Heaney and Flanders get it done every week. Don't even need to watch them. Flanders' efficiency could be a little bit better, but that's all right. So Tom Powell, his CBAs are gone. So they gave Simpkins CBAs. He looked awful. Wardlaw was okay. I didn't think... probably expect a bit more from him this year, but he's still young. They can't really take out LDU CBAs, and they've put they took Power out. They put Curtis in there. He scored 30. They put Sheasel in there a little bit. Put Biggie in the ruck for a bit. Larky's probably backing up ruck, so that's probably his CBAs. But yeah, Will Phillips as well. So I think we'll see an uptick in Power CBAs next week because I think Phillips is getting 20 touches in the VFL a game. It's not enough. So I think Phillips will be dropped. They did sub him off. They could throw Lazara in there. So they gave him nothing. So maybe they don't. It's just odd. I think there's so much wrong with North. And I think I guess the midfield was just getting smashed. The LDU Wardlaw Power combination. But they just took Powell out. Power's been okay. They have so many other issues. So, what do they do here? Well, I think Phillips gets dropped. Power gets an uptick. Maybe not to 70%, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure Curtis worked in there. So, I don't think they really have answers at North to fix whatever's going on. So, I think, I guess it's a wash. If we see this again, he pretty much has to go. But yeah, he scored about 30 DT when he was averaging I think it was about 95 DT before this, which is pretty good. But I think he's been a victim of scaling and North being terrible. So yeah, it's 34 DT and he kicked a goal. So bit of a worry. Yeah, not really sure. I think it's if he gets the roll back, it's just a waste of a trade. But if he doesn't, then you're gonna bleed a lot. So. Yeah, don't think he's top 6. If this is a possibility of happening throughout the year, then we're wasting our time here. So I wonder if we trade, but I'm hesitant to trade just in case he gets the roll back. So I don't know. Darcy's excellent. I think we just keep fielding him. I think, he can threaten to drop a poor score, but 4 out of 6 scores are over 80, and it looks really good. Maybe a bit tired in the last quarter, didn't do much, but it's fine. So Dempsey we held over Williams, just mistake, move on. Garcia we fielded, mistake, move on. Excuse me, although we didn't really have much to field, but it would have been nice to have Reed. Maybe overestimated Garcia, and the matchup against Port, tough midfield and blow stoppages, so I didn't really think that one through, but that's that. So trades this week. Now we have a stack of options, so this will be difficult. I think the good thing with our team or our position is, or the bad thing is, we still have Hoare and Sexton. We're going to keep Sexton because he's either going to play and make money or be a loophole or screw us with a late in at the Gabba, because I think we want a VC Gorn into Sarong this week, so we'll do that. But we'll hang on to Sexton. I think Hoare probably goes before Sexton now that they're playing Woden now, and Bowie and who's the other one? Bowie and Salem when they're back. I think they're still a while away, at least a month for Bowie, but I don't know. If they're going to play Taj, they're probably not going to play Marty Hoare. But yeah, we don't have to worry about getting sweet. We don't have to panic trade in Merritt or Sarong or a Gold Coast mid. We can sort of look at our options and go from there. So I think the first trade we'll do is Dempsey out, and let's look at some break evens. Can we look at this? Break even. So who's got low break evens? So Riley Garcia. I know, let's trade out, do that as well. And just so we can see all the players. So who's got the lowest break evens? Well, Bailey Dale has got these two monsters in his system. So good trade in if you went Dale, made 35k, still negative break even. So it should make like 60, 70k at least this week. Richmond's good matchup. Hawthorn not that great. I wonder if they send Finn to him. I think that's possible. But Finn's tags haven't been that effective this year. I think he's kind of getting his own ball as well. At least he'll make, like 70k, you'd think. 90 goes, 70, 60k with a 90. So he's an option, I think. Now, is he best? He's averaging... Sorry, what was he averaging again? He's averaging 93 with a sub game. So averaging like 100, which is what he's done in the past. Now, the issue is they bring in Leber, who was out with gastro. Do they send Richards back? Does that affect him? They're not really using Bramble as sub. Maybe he'll be sub this week, but yeah, Bramble's not doing much at the moment. And I think Johannesson is doing all right. How's he going? Yeah, he's poor score this week. So I think we'll see an uptick in Johannesson. So, not really sure. I think he's the right pick, though. I think we'll do at least like 95, 90, a worst case. Just need a bit more, though. But yeah, he looks incredible back there, so I think he's a fine pick. Lek, probably no, because Sam Taylor's coming back. Rogers was really good today. This poor score, I think he was subbed out. Or was he sub? Have a quick look. How do we find out? Very quickly. Gold Coast, Gold Coast, Gold Coast. Did they lose last week? Yeah. Oh, he wasn't sub. Played the whole game, scored 28. They got smashed though. Who have they got again? I think their fixture's not bad. Brisbane, they got North. Geelong's going to be tough, but playing in Darwin, not great. Carlton after that. Doesn't really... I guess this North game could be nice, but it's actually like Brisbane... They're probably not making finals, but they're pretty good still, I think. They could, but they're a bit off. Like Geelong, top 4. Carlton, probably top 4. Essendon, top 8, looks like. It's a pretty tough fixture. But I think Gold Coast will be competitive in these 2 games at least. And they can push Geelong, I think. So I think Rogers is the rookie of choice. Garcia apparently was supposed to be sub. Now, his VFL numbers are off the charts. But he's getting no CBAs. I think he got 1 CBA on the weekend. So I think that his job security might be a little bit better with, what's it called? I think Waitman's out long term with the elbow. He's had that before. So I guess that's a forward position that he could be played in, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it helps McRae too. As in, like, less worried about potential sub-outs. So Turner played... Okay, Darcy Jones we'll look at next week. I think he'll keep playing, and he played really well. They have a bit of a squeeze for forwards, small forwards at the moment at the Giants. So I think Green will come in, Cogs will come in, I think somebody else, so Daniels. So we'll just see how he goes. I'm a bit worried about his job security, but I honestly think it would be criminal to drop him. Jace Burgoyne's been really good rook, just out of nowhere, just absolutely cooking at the moment. 93, 88, 117, but too late now. Yeah, 2.5 forward. Taj, it was okay. Yeah, I don't know. His role's alright. I don't need Melbourne support to help me there. Carl Warner's not playing. Sam Day played, which is interesting. Played alright, kicked a few snags. Won't go there. Paddy Voss was good, but probably out for Amos. I liked Hugo, but his scoring's not that good in the VFL. He's playing wing. I think it'd be a good starting pick. So I think he definitely should have good job security now because he played well. But nah. McAuliffe might come back. Elliot Himmelberg was good, but tall forward against... What's it called? Tall forward against North, pretty free. Hardiman was okay. He's not in my plans to bring him in. I think his average is 50 in the VFL, so maybe does similar to that in the AFL level. So I think he's an okay pick, but I think they'll keep playing him. So, but I'm not really keen. House we traded, which is pretty dumb, but whatever. Tunstall was sub. Dow was pretty good, really good on the weekend actually. Had a lot of poor games though. And then last one we want to look at is Colby. So Colby is back playing halfback, had 32 touches, and they used Fisher as the sub. So I think he's the main distributor with Sheasel. If Sheasel moves up, then he's the main guy back there. We need to look at some heat maps. I think it was pure halfback for McKercher. To me, I think they almost have to play him halfback because his contested game's not there yet. He's too small or too slight. But he was growing into the role, and I don't know why they took him out. 88% Tog. Oh my god. Yeah. Wonderful. Pure halfback. Now, where did Bailey Scott play? Is that wing or halfback? Maybe wing. It looks like wing to me. And then that looks more halfback. So if they're moving Scott up, I think Fisher's out the team. Now Fisher came on, had a few touches, but I think they know that they're wasting their time with Fisher. Pretty obvious. He came in, played. What is that heat map? I guess that's halfback. Yeah, subbed on the fourth quarter, I think, or third quarter. It would have been third, 37% Tog. Last one we'll look at is Sheasel. He definitely played a bit of halfback, or mostly halfback, but did go up the ground a bit. Yeah. And then Hardiman's back there. I think we get Colby back Well, all right, let's try and figure some stuff out because I actually don't know who we're going. So, say D'Ambrosio out, like maybe he probably comes back. So we go Rogers. I don't mind Garcia either. I think he'll be all right, but Bevo is just who knows. And then McKercher. That means we can pretty much get... I think we can get anyone we want if we get rid of Cadman. So I think Hall will probably be traded out next week. We might not be able to upgrade next week, so we'll need to figure this out. But we're benching Closey this week for McKercher. Probably can field Graham. So that's how we'll line up. But we need to... Can't really have 400k sitting here, so... I'm happy fielding this. I'm happy fielding this. I guess this is okay. I mean, Wilson may be benched, but he plays North, so... how's Graham going? 67. I guess two bottom teams, 87 and 91. Top teams, 60, 67. So maybe he can go bench, plays Brisbane, who are tough to score on. So I think he can go bench this week, Graham, but I'd be okay fielding him. Yeah, he's really good. What do we do here? So, if we go to, say, a Hoare, we'll get rid of Caddy for now. He has to go anyway, so maybe getting rid of a few players premature and not really clearing our deadwood, but Reed we have to hold, and we'll see how Hoare, if he comes back or not. If one of Sexton or Hoare can come back and make a little bit of money, it would be nice. Hoare's break-even's 21, so I don't know. We can get anyone we want. We could get Butters. I feel like we shouldn't pay. We paid 620, 660, and 640. 154 break even. I don't like that. Hawthorn North. Probably gonna want him for this North game. It's a little bit early. Same with Ryan. It's a bit early for me. So defenders probably Ryan, Houston. Maybe a cheap D6, and that could be McKercher we keep if he holds the role to himself, and he can be a D7 M9. He could be the one we're looking for, but it needs to be with Clarko leaving him there. So in terms of mids, I think we're going to be stubborn and skip Walsh just because of the back. Maybe I'm jumping at shadows with him, but. Yeah, he'll be right. I think he'll do 115 or 120 this year. Butters, I think we just wait on... Like, surely paying this much again will start hurting pretty badly. I've been kind of hesitant on Took. What were the CBAs today? DFS... Oh, wow, they went up. Yeah, this is why I didn't really want him, like 60s for the most part. They went up today. Maybe they go back down next week. Flanders, they gave a couple CBAs. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's fine. Could go Took. I think he's probably my preferred. Did soft tissue, but last year, but it looks fine. I think Yo's just you tip your hat and 130, 157. This is crazy because to do this after 3 years of being injured and 3 years, didn't put over 5 games in a row together, lower TOG than prime years, and 118. I didn't see this coming. Well, we committed to not getting him. It's not going to change now, but looks every bit the top 6. Probably top She's or Ryan. I guess Yo's 3rd or 4th. Dacos is there too. I think Dacos probably overtakes him, but yeah, looks every bit top 6. I don't mind Anderson. He's got tagged last week, so I had a terrible one, but I don't know with Anderson. I don't fully trust him, but yeah, I think Gold Coast mids look pretty good, so no, it looks alright. think he's fine. Cripps has been good, not going there. Laird was good, not going there. His CBAs have dropped, not going to grab Libba. I think I've lost a little bit of trust in Petrarca. He's coming down a bit, so he's one you could definitely get like in next week. He goes 120, he's 560. So he's got West Coast, St Kilda, Freo, Pies, North, West Coast again. So he's got West Coast. I don't know if you want to call West Coast crap easy matchup though, but they're still bottom team. He's played Richmond already, so I think the fixture's pretty good, not too bad. Lots of MCG games. Petrarca's TOG is down, I reckon. Just quick sus. I think I spent too much time on DFS for this video, but let's check Petrarca. CBAs. Yuck. It dropped. Did look that way. And just want to check the TOG. Oh, it hasn't been that good all year. See, last year, look at this. Just 80s, even the 90s. It's 2024. 76, 79, 79, 73. Why is it lower this year? That's odd to me. Bit more forward this week. So I've called a little bit on him. Just remember last year, I think he'll come good. Sat at 650k the entire year after the first 2 months. Last year was tough for cash gen, so it was pretty unattainable. Whereas this year, it's not that difficult to get him. I could get Butters if I wanted, for example, after paying this 600 plus 3 times. I guess Errol maybe post buy. He has an early buy. I already have Green in the midfield, so could be one you look at. I don't think we'll worry about Andy. Rosie's done a hammy, so no. We missed Dawson. Dawson's the other one. So it's Dawson or Took. I think Took is going to out-average him. I like Dawson because he's a bit cheaper and a bit more durable, and I can enjoy Crows games a bit more if you can cheer him on, but I think Took out-averages him. I could do that for now. I'm not sure. I think Dawson's break-even's 20 as well. So we've missed 2 really good games. But look at this for the Crows. 2, 4, 6. 6 out of the next 8 at home. And the other 2 MCG. He loves playing on MCG, so lots of space for him to mark. So pretty good run. Richmond's in there, West Coast is in there. I think he scores well in Collingwood. It's a great run. Run home as well. No, not great, I guess. This last 4, it's pretty bad actually. Could go Dawson. So that means we have basically a 4 midfield. So we can't grab any more mids. We could grab a Steele. Not Steele. We could trade out Steele if he looks something I don't know, at the buy if he still hasn't come good. And Matt Cratch will need to go too. So I think with 2 slots, it's Butters and then either Took or Petrarca or Anderson. It's one of those 3. So 100% Butters, and then that will be my midfield. Gee, I don't know. This first 5 weeks of Dawson is just unexplainable. I can't believe what's happened. His CBAs have actually dropped. They were 60% this week. Last DFS, promise. I'll check. Where is he? Giordano Dawson. Yeah, 60%. They were 80% last week. Tog, he just rested on the bench for ages. His DT is still really good. 105, 89. That's last year. 105, 89, 130, 100, 112, 60 bad game. Had a shocker against Carlton. It looked like something was wrong with him. And then bang, Essendon. 155. This should have been a 150 if they didn't rest him in the last quarter. And he's also been kicking a few times inside 50, and we're dropping his marks too. So I honestly think this could have been, plays a full game, and that few marks weren't dropped. I think it's like a 160, 170. I guess the only reason why I'd go Dawson over Took is because Took did a hamstring last year, and I know I'm a little bit stubborn on these things, and it looks a bit silly now that Fife and Yo are going ballistic, but I don't know. We see, like, Rosie had a hammy in preseason, redoes it. Parrish keeps redoing his. Josh Kelly, history, redoes his. Like, it can happen. So that does put me off a bit. And if we look at this, we need... The bench is looking a bit better. I guess not really. Sexton, still 3 dead on the bench, but we can fix at least one of them next week. Like, Sexton down, and then, what's that, 170k. What do we even do with that? Maybe Closey out, maybe a bit early. Probably a bit early. Could grab like a cheap forward or something, or grab Hardiman, just double down next week. I think our on-field options are okay, because I do feel like if McKercher's on his own at halfback, well, him and Cheezel, no Fisher, I think he can score. I think he can average 90, because he looks fantastic back there. Saints this week. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Instead of going Dawson and McKercher, we could go like a Dylan Moore and a Nat Fife. Like, there's probably one for the trade plans video, but I think we'll leave it actually. Like, the forwards, it's hard to pick them at the moment because we don't really know what the hell's going on. Like, when I was going to go McRae, and then I sort of backed out just because I wasn't 100% sure. Like, is Bevo going to Bevo him? Like, if he's out of form, you know, started the year really poorly against West Coast, I think, but found some form. You know, is that just a blip, or is that going to happen every now and then? Just had the 18 touches, but it was marking and tackling, which was good. And his pressure rating, McRae's pressure rating, was the highest in the team for the second week in a row. So I don't know, if the coaches get fed that, I'm sure they'll like that. But I think there's definitely a role for McRae. Can't really say the same for like a Lob when all the tours are in, or a Caleb Daniel just doesn't have any redeeming features to play him in the ones anymore. But I think McRae's one of the senior guys that he can offer. Like, you can see, you know, he can help out the midfield. He can hit targets inside 50, which is very valuable for them. So I think McRae will be fine. There's no rush for him though. Like, the CBA is terrible, so I don't know, unless he goes on a tear or something. But yeah, got Richmond coming up. So I think the 79 he scored this week was a little bit harsh. He had a few unlucky clangers early and couldn't really recover. But I think McRae will be there if we want him. Shouldn't be out of control unless he, I don't know, goes another 130. But I think we'll just leave McRae for now. But he's still in considerations. But Dylan Moore was starting to get CBAs, but they've dropped back a little bit this week. Don't mind him, but yeah, we'll discuss on the pod. But at some point we have to grab a forward, so might be soon. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.